Thank you. Let's everybody applaud for Drs. Yang Song and Mr. Frederick Sanders for their artistry and skill on the piano this morning. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Fall 2024 Connections Week. So we are back, we are ready to work, we are ready to serve our students to the best of our abilities, and I know that going into this year, we are going to have an excellent year. My name is Marcy DeChera. I am the outgoing Faculty Senate President for last year's Faculty Senate. Your new senator this year will be Crystal Brenner. So if you ever have any questions about your Senate, your senator or your Senate representative, Crystal Brenner from Respiratory is going to be your contact person for that. All right, so I think our best bet is probably to get started. I am so pleased to see everyone, and it pleases me to know when to introduce Dr. President Farmer to start this Connections Week kickoff.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's so good to see everyone. I would like to begin by welcoming our new employees to Weatherford College. We are so happy that you have joined our team. Let's give all of our new employees a round of applause. And let me tell you, you are in a great place. I love Weatherford College. I love our historic bells. I love our stately live oak trees, and I love our beautiful new facilities. But what makes Weatherford College special is not our historic bells, our oak trees, or our facilities. What makes Weatherford College truly special are our people. Our students, faculty, staff, and community stakeholders are second to none. We embrace the culture of caring that is rooted in the presidential core values of faith, hope, and love. They actually pay us to help people on a daily basis. Collectively, we get to improve the human condition one student at a time. It is my pleasure to welcome you to a college that changes lives. You're in a great place. I also want to welcome all of our returning team members. And speaking of veterans, I found out just a few minutes ago that one of our returning team members is having a birthday today. Starla Edwards, happy birthday. Starla turns 90 years old today. Doesn't she look good? Happy birthday, Starla. Many of you have worked here for a long time. A few of you have worked here for a really long time. I'm kidding around. It's great to see all of you. Thanks to you, we have made major strides forward as an institution. 5 years ago, we offered 0 bachelor's degrees. Today, we are approved by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board to offer 5. Our academic and workforce programs have exploded, and our student services is serving our students and caring for them like never before. Our athletic and our arts programs are achieving at higher levels than ever before. I want you to know that your accomplishments are both noticed and genuinely appreciated. During COVID, in the face of declining enrollment, we gave everyone a 6% pay raise. No one did that. We gave our employees a $1,000 year-end bonus. No one did that. To my knowledge, we are the only community college in the great state of Texas that implemented a $15 an hour minimum wage to help our low-wage team members. When I say that you're appreciated, I want you to know that this is not lip service or hollow platitudes. And today, I am exceedingly proud to share with you that later this week, we will be recommending to the Weatherford College Board of Trustees the largest pay raise in the 155-year history of Weatherford College, a 7% across-the-board pay raise. You deserve it. We have improved salaries, improved facilities, expanded our students' educational opportunities, achieved athletic excellence, and acquired our own radio station and our own golf course. Weatherford College is an even better place because of you. Thank you for your dedicated service. I welcome you back and challenge both you and I. Let's make this the greatest year ever. Go Coyotes!
Good morning. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow a 7% pay increase, but we'll do some updates. Thank you so much. I do have the $50 winner though, if that helps, and this even doubles as a fan. And so I'm happy to announce, thanks to our partnership with EECU, our credit union for teachers, Linda Hutton, you're the winner. Are you here? Congratulations. I love that it's $2 bills. And I just wanted to share on behalf of our partners, they do have a $300 cash bonus if you're interested in that. And so the information is out on the front table. So thank you so much to our partners. As we get started, I always like to acknowledge our deans. And the work that we do cannot be accomplished without them. So if you can please rise. I see Kathy, Alex, Sarah, y'all stand up. Lauren, I know you're all here. Kristen, y'all, thank y'all for everything that you do. Dwayne. There he is. Dwayne, thank you. The setup here is amazing, and we really appreciate your work. Next, our Connections Week committee. Was this just beautiful? The pianos, the breakfast. If you guys can stand up so we can acknowledge the work that you do. And thank you. Thank you, guys. It truly takes the Coyote Village to put this together, and so we're very blessed for the work that you do. And next, I want to announce our department chairs. This last year, we started a new department chair appointment process, and so we put together committees to interview, and it encompasses myself, the dean, and 2 faculty members. And so with that, we have our new appointments for this next 3-year cycle. Dr. Lauren Tidwell will also be serving as the interim dean, but is currently the department chair. Congratulations to Rebecca James, and if you're here, wave so everybody can see you. I know you're with us. Shannon Stoker has been reappointed to Education. Linda Robinson, reappointed to Information Technology. She's also going to serve as our program director for the new bachelor's in computer science, and so we're very thankful for her leadership and excited to continue the great work with her. And then Philip Matthew has been appointed to the Business and Behavioral Sciences. And then last, Dana Brewer has offered to help us in the interim on a temporary basis for the Social Sciences. We will begin the appointment process once we get our new dean in place, and that way the dean can hire for that new position. And a special thank you to Rob Laney and David Daniels for your work that you have done in your service over the last few years. Thank you, everybody. Our department chairs are just so valuable to the work that we do, and they are our true academic leaders as well as our program directors, so thank you all. And once again, the work that we do could not happen without you. This is just a brief accolades. There is no way it would take me the entire session to talk about all the great work that we do and have done over the last year. And so between our faculty senate, our Roots mentors for Roots, we're going to continue this work over the next 5 years and do a Roots Squared so that we can continue our mentorship, not only for first-time in college students, but for all of our students. We've had such great progress, and we don't want to lose this momentum. And so a special thank you to Diane and Jared for your ongoing leadership for Roots. It's a powerful QEP that we have, and I don't want to lose sight of that. Phi Theta Kappa won the 2024 Hallmark Award, so congratulations to that team. And then just the continuous growth with our honors program, the work that we do with NSLS, then with our program reaffirmation, both our paramedic EMS program areas as well as our LVN program had 0 findings. That is a big deal. So let's give Lori and Sam a big round of applause. We've had great work with our promotion and rank committee, and more to come. We're going to have sessions about that throughout the week, so look for that faculty success promotion and rank training, and we're going to talk about some of the new systems and how we'll begin to implement those over the next year or two. And then a lot of work has happened in grants. Merrill Carson over in our workforce area kind of quietly just keeps bringing in this funding that is amazing. Dr. Ebay has been helping us with Perkins, and then we'll continue to look at other opportunities. And we do have some grants outstanding that'll help with technology and extending our resources here at the college. And then I love this photo of our fire academy with some of the equipment donations. And so thank you all for that work. President Farmer mentioned earlier bachelor's programs. We continue to grow. We have almost doubled our enrollments even with these new programs over the last few years. And so our nursing area, we've got 120 students, and we've got 90 in the LVN program, up from 70 this last year. So with early childhood, we've got a cohort of 40. Organizational leadership is at 55 students. And then medical and health services, 32. Let's give them a round of applause. So no pressure, Dr. Robinson, as you start to build out the computer science area. And our early childhood cohort just started this January, so we're going to see some amazing growth within the area of education. So we're really excited about that, and that helps all of us in regards to expanding our programs, our general education areas, and the growth. And then just overall, we've had a lot of wonderful work with our competitions for students in agriculture, the math competitions, the amazing performances here in the fine arts area. I encourage you all to not only go to the sporting events, but come and support our fine arts area. The work that our students do under the leadership of Dean Durrett has been absolutely phenomenal. And so we're very blessed and blessed to have these wonderful performers across the music department as well, and the artwork that is just being expanded all over campus. So thank you all in the fine arts for everything that you're doing. And then this last year, we had a number of pinning celebrations. I cannot state enough how proud I am of all of our programs. Our pass rates are between 85 to 100%. We're graduating students at a 90% rate, if not higher, across all of our program areas. And so thank you all for those that have the accredited programs. Look at quality and high standards for all of our students. And I see Nina nodding, yes, and phlebotomy did wonderful in their site visit as well, and the students that are coming through that program. And then last but not least, dual credit. Our dual credit individuals, they work so hard in helping us coordinate the schedules across all of our department chairs and are still working tirelessly this week. And so thank you for all your hard work, Dr. Locke and your team. You really help us keep those relationships together and to work with our ISD partners. And then we couldn't do it without our student services area. So it's the other half of the coin. So thank you, Dr. T and your team. And we talked a little bit about new programs. There has been a lot happening over this last year. And we needed to expand some of our programs to meet industry needs and the growth that's coming here and the population that we serve. And so some of these are 4 credits, some of them are on the workforce side. And so the workforce programs, we've got recovery support peer specialist, the production technician, logistics technician, bookkeeping and QuickBooks. And then we're working still, these programs are with SACS, and so we are hoping to get responses soon. But our automotive tech program, culinary arts, turf management, mass communication, radio, TV, and then our 5th bachelor's program. So some of them are starting to come in, and others we're starting to develop. And then welding and robotics have been approved as well. Again, a special thank you to our Promotion and Rank Committee. This is very difficult and challenging work. Dr. Lee, thank you for leading this group, but I just want to take a moment and congratulate those that were promoted for promotion and rank. So William Smith, Marcy DeChara, Adrian Hamner, Tanya Pill, Andrew Ha, Beth Taylor, Scott Williams, and Delise Burris. Let's give them a round of applause. And again, there will be a session about this. So even if you're new to the college, feel free to come and join us so that you can look at what we consider in regards to promotion and rank. We're going to have a committee member there to talk about things that they enjoyed, and then we'll talk about the systems and the ways to begin to collect that information. So you can never start too early. It takes quite a bit to put your dossier together. So transfer agreements, I just wanted to give you this snapshot. President Farmer and I and the deans, we have been working with our surrounding universities and community colleges. So you can see the great work that is happening for us to articulate not only our associate degrees, but also our bachelor's degrees to master's. There's been a lot of work happening in the nursing area, organizational leadership, our health management programs, and so we will continue to expand this so that we are serving our students in the surrounding counties. This next year, we're going to focus quite a bit on working with our rural partners, and so I'll be reaching out to other community colleges such as Ranger that are in a rural area and they don't have access to bachelor's degrees, so that we can start to develop that pipeline. So more to come in this area so that we can continuously serve our students. House Bill 8, Dr. Cantrell is going to talk about this just a little bit more, but the recent changes that have come in, at the top you can see we've got 15 hours for dual credit, then 15 hours for transfer. Previously these were together. The state has decoupled these, and so now you have to have 15 hours in dual credit, then complete another 15 hours towards transfer. So it's actually 30 hours and not just 15. And they've also added a opportunity high school. We are going to be working with Weatherford ISD in order to help serve our students within this area. With our focus on the bachelor's degrees, it is best to have those that are in the high school space continue to expand in this area, and we will support them. They've added funding for third-party credentials. And then last, credentials of value. And this is looking at debt, time to completion, and then what the salary is of individuals after they graduate. So this information is collected at the state, so they'll be adding additional performance funding around those credentials of value. They're also looking at the programs that are considered high demand, high wage. That's changing pretty rapidly, as with our industry, so we'll continue to keep our pulse on this. Later on at 4 o'clock, we'll have the EVP session and updates for faculty, and so the bookstore is going to talk about the new e-textbook access and Affordable First models. And so there will be other updates, so please join us so you can learn more about what's happening in the library and pathways and other areas. This next year, just starting here, it's been 1 year now, if you can believe that I was up here on the stage on October 1st. getting started, but prior to that, you guys were so kind to welcome me. And so one of the things that I heard is you wanted First Fridays back. You wanted more professional development. So Dr. Dana Brewer has offered to lead our professional development committee. So we're looking forward to a robust area of interesting new ideas. If you have an area of focus that you want to spotlight, your research, anything that's going on, please, we invite you to come and share. And so we will continue to find interesting, innovative, and creative opportunities. I hear we have a dance team now, so that will be just a lot of fun if we could do some dancing. But here's the committee, and so thank you all, and we look forward to see what innovations we can do this next year. The WCLC, our read for this year will be Teach Everyone, Reach Everyone, Teach Everyone, and so Mr. Williams will be talking about this during our 4 o'clock session as well, but we'll have that available through the library. We're going to have additional sessions on Watermark this week, and so Watermark is our new system. We're very excited about it. We're putting a lot of focus on the Watermark system for course evaluations, promotion and rank. You can track your professional development, and we'll be looking at the system for assessment. And so that will all be in one location. The other area of focus is through CourseDog for our catalog, schedule build. Our program directors and department chairs learned about these initiatives last Friday. And so we will continue, particularly through First Fridays, to have ongoing professional development in this space. But here's how you access it, either through Canvas, and then we have set up on the faculty and staff page a academic quick links. And so I don't know about all of you, but my bookmarks were about 2 pages long, and I'm just going back to find those. So we're starting to build this out for common places to go to. So get to colleague, to get to other resources, the hiring portal, and then other resources. And again, we've got Watermark training sessions that will be this Tuesday and Wednesday, so look to the schedule for that. And then on Friday, we've got program director, department chair training to actually get hands-on with the systems and to begin to use our new technology. So we have a lot going on this next year, and we're blessed to have you all here with us. So welcome back to the fall 2024, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Idioyaga. It's always good to have an update on how things are going here at Weatherford College and what we can expect for the fall. Our next speaker will be Dr. Andrew Cantrell to give us some financials. Sorry. And that's Dr. Cantrell, not... Oh, no. I got a little ahead of myself. We have Dr. Scott Tarvieski.
All right. Hi, and welcome back to everyone. Welcome to the 2024-25 academic school year. I'm really glad to see all these happy, smiling faces. In about 6 weeks, we'll see how that is. But I'm really glad that you're all here. I represent student services and athletics. And before I talk about that, I do want to give a little credit to the people right back there that have helped set this all up, Tim Kimsey and all of those people. And I'd also like to recognize Larry Gillespie, Mason Owen, Josh Sterling, all these people that we all depend so heavily upon, and oftentimes we just don't say thank you enough to those sorts of people. And also, by the way, have you all noticed that it's now August and the grass is so green? So thank you to CBRE for keeping our grass green and our trees growing and all of that sort of stuff, all the hard work they do. Now, as far as student services and athletics is concerned, I am privileged to work with some absolutely wonderful people. I'm not making that up. These people care so much. They will go above and beyond in ways that you'd never even know, and they are so great to work with. They're so positive. I love working with them. I love coming every day to work. It really is a privilege. With that being said, let's kind of get started on our little show here. All right, so let me talk about student services first of all. And you might be looking at that picture and going, what the heck is going on? Back in, I think it was last October, Melissa Butler organized a murder mystery here in Texas Hall for student services. We had to add a few people, so you might see Mike Indy and Michael Lee and a few others. They're not in student services, but they came out to participate as well and help us out as far as that's concerned. And I'm not going to try to look into it, but Melissa Butler had me as the murder victim. I got killed, 3 shots to the chest in our Old West sort of thing. Yeah, I'm going to get to you. So we had a lot of fun there, and you can see everyone was having a lot of fun. But thank you to Melissa Butler for your hard work as far as that one is concerned. And Melissa does a ton of stuff. We've got another one coming up in September. We probably need to schedule that at some point. But yeah, okay. All right. So let me go over student services. Student services broken up into different groups. Executive Dean Adam Finley is the Dean of Enrollment Management. We all love Adam. I cannot say enough about getting to work with Adam. He does so much. This is what Adam looked like back in 2002 when he was a student here, and this is how he looks now. And he aged tremendously over the last 2 years since I took over. But we love Adam. So Adam oversees a lot of things beyond just that. Adam does a lot more than just this, but these are some of the groups he oversees. Admissions, Registrar of Financial Aid, Veterans Affairs, and TRIO. What was that? So let's talk a little bit about that. And I'm not going to read all the numbers and all of that, but I just want to give credit to the incredible amounts of work that the people in student services have been doing. It's something that you might not realize, but it is a lot. We are getting hammered right now as far as advising is concerned, which is a good problem. We had a lot of applications come in last week for students who want to start next Monday. So good luck to them. So as you can see, we have a lot of things going on. Also on this lower slide, you'll see like Renee and Claire. Renee's on the left, Claire's in the middle. We have a lot of part-timers that we bring in. In fact, Renee and Claire are former students. They have associate's degrees from here. They're back at Baylor now, and a few others. So we really rely upon those part-timers to really be pushing through those applications, answering the phone. And as you can see, we get a lot of phone calls. So when you hear people say, well, they never answer the phone, we do, but there's more people calling than we can necessarily always answer the phones. But we are trying the best that we can. Another thing that student services does is graduation. And that gigantic podium, they are not kneeling or squatting down. They're not the tallest people to begin with, and they're just sort of peeking over our new, beautiful, gigantic podium. So this past graduation ceremony, our last commencement, we had a record number of students that graduated, over 450. I can't give you the exact number, because quite a number of students who didn't tell us they were coming for graduation showed up for graduation with their gowns and all of that. So we had to accommodate them very quickly, so we took care of that. And so I want to give credit to Melissa and Anna Nichols. They make a wonderful, they put in a lot of work to make that event. They are staying in late in April. Anna stays, till, I don't know, she's here 24 hours a day in April. It's pretty amazing. And we also had over 1,000 students earn credentials last December and this past May. And then we have several hundred more that are rolling through, but that's still processing through, so I didn't want to give you the exact number. So that's probably 200 or 300 more students getting credentials here at the end of the summer. We also have the award-winning, world-famous financial aid Rockettes. And these people are incredible. Now, some of you might have heard that the Department of Education decided to roll out an entirely new system for financial aid. Okay. So normally, students get to start submitting their applications for financial aid in October. They didn't get to start doing it until January. Normally in January, financial aid gets its first batch of financial aid applications. They didn't get it till the end of March, and it took another week for the Department of Education to realize that we have to be able to open the file up that they sent us. So since April, this is the number of FAFSA applications they have processed from last week. They're still doing it. They're still going through these. And so you can see all the things that they've been doing. There's a lot more that they do than just FAFSA, just student loans. There's a ton of stuff that they're doing while doing all of this. And you can also see the amount of money that they're bringing into the college. That's almost half of our budget is right there. So this small group of people is doing a tremendous amount of work. And so whenever you see them, could you give them a pat on the back, a high five, shake your hand? I mean, they need a little bit of recognition. They are working Saturdays. They are working late. Terry Thompson in particular has been running that place. I don't know how to describe it. They seem pretty happy. But I don't know how she gets them to do that much work. But she's making them work. And really what they are is they're incredibly dedicated people who genuinely care about the future of our students, their futures, the college's futures. And so they work so hard. Under financial aid is Veterans Affairs, and that is run by Tammy Peters. Tammy, I saw you. Where'd Tammy run off to? There's Tammy, okay. So Tammy had a record number of students this past academic year. This was I think the fall numbers. So we had she was handling over 300 students who were either veterans or students who were having benefits from a veteran, a spouse or a parent. And as you can see, bringing quite a bit of money. Also, I'd like to give credit to not only Tammy, but to Beth Wetzel. Where's Beth? Beth? She might not be here. They're all working hard in the business office. But Beth, as part of a project for her bachelor's degree in organizational leadership, helped create the Tranquility Garden. I don't know if any of you haven't been over there. Go over there, sit in a chair, have a moment of zen, especially when it cools off a little bit. It is really quite beautiful. And again, let's give some credit to CBRE. They made this, and I took this picture last week, so it's all green still. So thank you to CBRE, thank you to Beth Wetzel, and thank you to Tammy Peters. Another area that Adam oversees is TRIO. This is a federally funded grant program to aid students who are either and/or first-generation college students, low-income students, or are students with certain disabilities. And so there's 3 parts to TRIO here. That we have Talent Search and Upward Bound. These work with students who are not yet in college. Talent Search starts recruiting high school and middle school students. So they start with 6th graders. And they're teaching them all about understanding life after middle school and after high school and preparing. They're both Upward Bound and TRIO or Talent Search. They also are working very hard at trying to get students, to help them process do their financial aid applications, apply for our schools, all of these sorts. And they're always going around. You can see here on the left, that's Alonzo there on the left. Where's Alonzo? Alonzo? Here's Alonzo. He took a group to, is that UT? UTSA? All right. So they willingly take teenagers elsewhere. I don't know what more to say. That's pretty awesome. That's hard to do. And they bring them back. They all come back. That's even better. So we have Talent Search and Upward Bound. Upward Bound is run by Christine Indy. Talent Search is run by Sammy Calistro. Upward Bound starts with students at 9th grade through 12th grade. We also have Student Support Services, and you can see on that slide off to the right, that's some of the members of Student Support Services. Not all, some of it's kind of a mix. By the way, you can see Stephanie Edwards there in the buckskin. She murdered me. She did. And she gleefully did it, too. And there's pictures I have of her standing there over my corpse. And the look in her eyes makes me a little concerned. Student Support Services works with 160 students who are college students here working at the college as well. So if you didn't know what these groups do, that's Maria's group over there is Student Support Services. They do a tremendous amount of work to help students out in a variety of ways. Now we also have wellness and student life. That's Doug Jefferson. The newly promoted Doug Jefferson, full dean Doug Jefferson, who has not aged since 1995. There's something going on there. There's some magic, or I don't know what it is, but I went in on it. So Doug also has a lot of responsibilities. He oversees student life, student housing, special populations and core, student ambassadors, Coyote Care Center, cheer and dance, and he also listens to me while I whine. So that's pretty good. Now, as far as student life is concerned, Grant Mills tends to carry a lot of the load anymore for student life groups, student government. Over the past year, there were 122 student life events for students. And that's a lot all by itself. That is a tremendous growth over the last few years, and that's continuing to grow. But when you add that 122 with Dwayne's fine arts events and the athletic events, we're talking about well over 300 events for students over the course of a fall and spring semester. So when you hear students say, well, there's nothing to do, I'm bored, there are lots of things to do pretty much every night, Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends here at Weatherford College. You just have to get off your rear end and go do it because it's not all going to be on your phone. So Grant is typically here till 10 o'clock at night most nights during the week because we have a lot of student life events that are in the evenings. I'm sure his wife, who has a brand new baby, is really thrilled about that. So we have student life events. We have student housing goes under Doug as well. That is something that causes lots of fun on 11 o'clock Saturday night phone calls. So student housing, Durant Hall, by the way, is now open. If you have not been out there, if you didn't go to the grand opening, boy, you missed out. That place is beautiful. With the addition of Durant Hall, we have 386 rooms that we rent out, essentially, to students. And now some of you might be thinking, well, yeah, but a lot of that's student athletes, right? They're all on scholarships. Well, that might be true. But that opens up 116 new beds to students who are, let's say, paying. That adds up to over $800,000 in new revenue for the college every year. So that helps an awful lot as far as money is concerned. Here is our newest student, what we call the assistant housing manager. That's Kari off to the left. That's Jimmy Walker, our assistant. Now, by the way, Kari over here, he doesn't look real happy in that picture. I don't know. He does smile an awful lot. Where are you? I saw you over here. There he is. He's right over there. But you should understand that Kari, before this, was working over at Tarleton State, handling the fraternities and sororities. So he's got a lot of PTSD he's got to work through. And so, but we'll get him there. He's gonna get happier as time goes on. So the pictures you see here are the volleyball players being moved in. That happened on August 1st. So we already have students over in Durant Hall already. Special populations and core. We have core orientation. I'm not going to talk about everything that Dawn does because it's a lot. But core orientation numbers, you can see that she's bringing in, over 700 students came in for core orientation, tours, getting told what to do, how to register for classes, all sorts of stuff. And it's really valuable, and we appreciate all your hard work done. Student ambassadors, this is something to also Grant Mills oversees. You can see the huge number of students that are coming through every year now and getting tours. He's figuring out new ways to reach out to high schools even more, and we really appreciate not only Grant, but the student ambassadors. There was one day last summer where I ended up going around, I gave 3 tours in one day, just individual tours. And by the end, I was sweating. My deodorant had given up somewhere in the second tour, and my feet hurt. These ambassadors do this all day long, day after day, week after week, and they're smiling about it. They're really happy. Now, they're youthful, and that helps, but still really appreciate, if you see those ambassadors, say hi to them, be nice to them, because they're working really hard as they're giving you that smile. We also have the Coyote Care Center. The Coyote Care Center has both the Coyote Clinic and the Coyote Mental Health Center. We saw over 400 patients in the Coyote Clinic. There, Nancy and that's right. Nancy Shelton and all are back there. They took a picture of me. This was after a long, hard day. And then I went over to the Coyote Mental Health Center, and there we have the de-stressing room, the calming room. And I plopped down into that beanbag chair so that Amy Schwartz Jarrett could take pictures of me. And I felt very relaxed. I had a little stuffed animal with a big heart on it, all of that, until I had to get out. And then I was like a kid baby learning how to walk, and you got to roll out and then climb up the wall. So if you're going to get in the beanbag chair, be prepared. Just be prepared for the getting out process. Doug is also involved in cheer and dance. As you can tell, most of you might not know, Doug Jefferson actually was on Dancing with the Stars. That's him doing the Carlton. For those of you who are old enough, you remember the Carlton. But he's in charge of the cheerleading team, and now we have Marlo Harris, who's come on as his assistant and Grant's assistant for student life, but also as our new dance coordinator. So we're going to restart the dance team for next fall. We don't have a dance team just yet. If you want someone to come out and dance, I'm willing to do it. There you go. And I can bring out my 2 daughters. They're going to dance recitals and all sorts of stuff. I know whose dog is in the window and all of that sort of stuff at this point. Marlo is a professionally trained dancer. She spent over 10 years doing tours across the country. She just does ballet, every kind of dance you could do, including ballet. She is trained into it, and she's finishing her master's degree in dance as well. And so we're very happy to have Marlo over here as well. Testing center. All right, the testing center is a very busy group of people. I showed up last Thursday and said, I want to take your picture because I want to put you up on there. They were real happy about that I haven't given them warning that I was coming in to do that. That's also Gwen Crabtree. Gwen is not in this picture because she was off doing a wedding for her daughter. But so I got that caricature of her up there. So, and by the way, the numbers that you see, that's mainly just Weatherford College student stuff. They do so much more as far as providing tests. I'm sure many of you have helped a student go to the testing center and you go, what are you doing? I'm going to do a test for do a real estate license or this, that, and the other thing. So they do a lot of stuff beyond just testing for us. Also, I didn't have a slide here, but Dr. Deborah Krager oversees international students and resources. And excuse me. So if you have a student who is in need of help, please you do not necessarily need to directly email or send them to Dr. Krager. Instead, you as a faculty member need to contact Brent Baker. There is a form you need to fill out, and then you send it to Dr. Krager, who then works with the WC Foundation to see if there's money available. And no, we don't have money for tuition. We don't have money for books or fees. That is not what this emergency fund is for. This is if their car breaks down and they can't come to school, and maybe we can give them a little help. We can give them a few $100 or something like that. And there is a limit to the amount of money that can be given, and it is finite. We typically run out of money pretty quickly. So one thing that you might want to consider if you're going to give some money to the WC Foundation is maybe have a monthly contribution or a paycheck contribution of $10, $20 a paycheck to go to doing nothing more than helping students in those sorts of need, because it really is. We tend to run out of money at a certain point. You know, Brent's office just has to say, I'm sorry, we just can't help you. So the more money, the better. All right, so athletics. The athletics are all over here like a gang, and they're a great group of people. I've just starting to get to know them. They really, truly care about their kids. And one of the things, and also I'd like to say that we got Bob McKinley, who's back from hip surgery. We got Jeff Lightfoot here. These people care tremendously. They run this program very well. And also I want to give a lot of credit to the unsung hero of athletics, and that is Carrie Waller, who does so much. Now, when we talk about athletics, we think about sports, right? We think about what they did on the court, on the playing field. But the thing I'm most proud about of our coaches this past year is the fact that we had 47 academic All-Americans in the NJCAA, and that's not even NAIA. That's not even the rodeo team. That's just all the other sports. 47. To be the third team academic All-American, you have to have a 3.6 GPA. To be first team, it's 4.0. So 47 students, that's, what would we say, about a quarter of our student athletes, maybe a little bit under that? So that's pretty impressive in my book that we have that many students being that successful. Because remember, while we talk about them as athletes, they're students first, and they really are that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about them. First of all, let's give a big congratulations to Bob McKinley. 1,000 wins. And by the way, he's only been coaching for 7 years, so that's really amazing. That's really amazing. Chris Lewis is the men's basketball coach there. Chris, when you raise your hand. Okay, so Chris is very, very tall. If you ever, the tallest guy on campus, you see him walking around. If you want to go like, am I thinning out? He already knows. Just ask for help. So Chris Lewis is the men's basketball coach. Last year, the men's basketball took second in the North Texas Conference of the Region 5 district. So congratulations to Chris Lewis as far as that's concerned. Also, we hosted the Region 5 basketball tournament, men's and women's basketball tournament. Thank you to Chris Lewis, to Kerry Waller, to Bob, and all these people for organizing that, for all the hard work that a lot of people were involved in making that a success. Also, congratulations to Chris Lewis for having, is it Jared Washington? Our first basketball All-American in about 16 or so years, something like that. So congratulations, Chris, as far as that's concerned. Volleyball under Coach May. There's Coach May. Coach May won her second. How many years have you had a volleyball team? 2 years. So in 2 years, she's won 2 conference championships. Congratulations. And also, I would like to point out, let me go back here. Jared, by the way, transferred on to Southern Indiana University, where he's pursuing, I think, an engineering major. He's sort of talking about that, and playing basketball, so congratulations to him. To see the number 14 kind of hidden there on the back right, that's Solani Puente, and she has transferred off to UNC Chapel Hill, where she's playing volleyball and also doing an architectural major. So congratulations to your success going to nationals, and also congratulations to everyone who organized the Region 5 volleyball tournament that we hosted last year and was very successful and very rowdy as well. And so anytime we do that stuff, you guys got to come out and make a lot of noise because those kids really appreciate it. Baseball and softball, congratulations to Coach Lightfoot for winning yet again conference championship, second 2 years in a row if I remember correctly. There on the left, you will see Robert, is it Robert? Fontenberry, who was an All-American, the third one in the last few years, is that correct? Something like that. He was the pitcher of the year, named pitcher of the year for the NJCAA, and he's transferred on to Mississippi State, so congratulations to him, and congratulations to Coach Lightfoot for all his success over the last few years. He has spoiled us because you're like, well, he didn't go to the World Series this year. It's like, come on, guys. It's just, you don't get to go every year. So congratulations. Congratulations to Coach Williams, a softball coach. She won her 400th win here at Weatherford College. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. That's not just something you do overnight. Rodeo, congratulations to Johnny Emmons for taking his team yet again to the 18th, 19th year, to nationals up in Wyoming. And you can see that those who competed on there. And I love those action pictures that I stole, he stole and he gave to me from the cowboy people up there. CNFR is what they're called. So congratulations to all of their success. Our men and women's tennis team last year did great. Both teams went to nationals. You can see the picture of Bruno Brites, who was also took 4th in the country in singles tennis last year, and he's still with us. So we have a new tennis coach. There's Stephanie Wooten. Stephanie, wave hi. There's Stephanie. Well, we stole Stephanie away from Butler University, which is no little thing because Butler University is a very good tennis program. So we have Stephanie, and we have a new assistant tennis coach in Clint Lacouf, who we stole away from Collin County. Collin County has one of the best tennis programs in the country as well, so we welcome them and have high expectations, so no pressure. All right. We also have a new men's golf coach in Dave Renhack. Dave, there's Dave. So we have Dave, and then there's Katie. Is Katie here? Is Katie Johnson here? Oh, there's Katie. So Katie Johnson is our assistant golf coach, and if you don't know, if you went to the region, again, we hosted the Region 5 District Women's Golf tournament at Canyon West Golf Course, and she was the one who played the key role in making all of that happen. So thank you so much for your hard work and excellent job, Katie, and welcome, Dave. Okay, do we go by Coach Dave? Coach Dave. Okay, we're going to go with Coach Dave. And by the way, you're going to see these guys coming around. They're going to be checking on your students, making sure they're coming to classes and all of that sort of stuff. Please say hi to them. Please go up and ask them questions. They love. Just ask them about their recruit. Just ask them a question about their sport. They will talk. Trust me, they will not stop talking. You have to run away from them at a certain point if they realize that you really want to know about their teams, because they love talking about their teams, and they also love talking about their players, because they care tremendously about them. We also have Canyon West. If none of you have, some of you I know have been out to Canyon West, but I encourage all of you to go out to the Canyon West Golf Course. It's just 10 minutes west of here. It's really, really beautiful. It's even more pretty. It's green right now. That's no little feat, but it is green. As long as it just cools off a little bit, that would really help. Maybe a rain, I would like that too. But it's looking really nice. Now, if you're interested as a Weatherford College employee, you can join the Coyote Club, and you can see the costs of going out. This doesn't include the golf cart, but that is a pretty darn good deal. So if you like to play golf, or you just want to hit a ball, listen, I like playing golf. I can't play it. I'm not any good at it, but I feel very de-stressed by the time I leave that golf course, because for the 9 holes or 18 holes, all I've been doing is focusing on a stupid little ball going into a stupid little hole, and I'm not worried about the rest of the world for that sort of time. It really is a relaxing experience. It is beautiful out there. You're going to enjoy it. It has some great views. Additionally, in the clubhouse, we have the Saddle Restaurant and Bar, not that I'm encouraging you to drink, but it does have a bar. And so if you're going there in the weekends, you can always stop and have dinner in the restaurant. There's also, there's carts running around bringing food and drinks. So it's a really nice place. Additionally, we have a pool house. You can actually pay for $300 for the year. You can be a member of just working the pool, going and taking your kids to swim in the pool. There's a little, people are always doing birthday parties and stuff like that. And you might be thinking, well, $300, I'd rather just get a pool. No, I have a pool. You don't want a pool. Trust me. I pay $200 a month just cleaning this stupid thing. So $300 is a bargain. There's also the pavilion out there, which holds up to 400 people. If you want to do wedding receptions, weddings, all sorts of stuff, it's really a nice facility. So there's a lot of stuff out there for you. So feel free to head on out there, sign up for Coyote Club, maybe hit some balls, go to the driving range. It's really something you'll enjoy and you should be proud of. Now, one of the things that Canyon West also does is they do some fundraising events, and one of those is one that hits close to home for us, and that is Putting for a Purpose. So Cole Lightfoot is a former assistant baseball coach for us who was in a bad accident a few months ago, and he's had many surgeries, and he's going to have many more surgeries, and so there is a fundraising event by his wife, his brand new wife. So they are working hard at that. So if you're interested and you would like to have information on that, please contact me, and I will be happy to email you this flyer. So one thing that we got to talk about is the state laws concerning diversity. What is it called? Diversity and inclusion. The DEI laws that the state of Texas is not about. Was very much opposed. This really doesn't impact us. We don't really do anything. We weren't doing anything about this anyway. But under penalty of perjury and loss of institutional funding, colleges must comply with Senate Bill 17. All employees of the college must comply with Senate Bill 17 regarding not requiring training, offices, and practices related to diversity and inclusion. So there you go. Move-in days. So this Wednesday and Friday, we have our move-in days. Those of you who, yeah, that's Naomi Warren right there, our assistant volleyball coach. She's so happy because it's air-conditioned in that building when she's moving stuff around. So this Wednesday, the student athletes move in, and on Friday, the rest of the students move in. Many of you have volunteered in the past and are volunteering this Wednesday and Friday to help move in. It is tremendously important that you do this sort of thing because the parents in particular really appreciate this because they're thinking they're going to have to spend a few hours walking up 3 flights of steps to move their kids into Coyote Village or Durant Hall. And all of a sudden, a swarm of volunteers comes in, empties their car out in a matter of 10 minutes, and they're moved in. And they really appreciate that. It creates a really warm, welcoming atmosphere. It gives them a WC atmosphere. And that's what we want to do. So if you're not busy, let's say Wednesday afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock, or on Friday, we would sure welcome you to come on out and help us move some stuff. Now, why I say 1 o'clock is we do start move in at 9, but we have a lot of volunteers from 9 to 12, 9 to 1. It's that handful of people who show up in the afternoons, which isn't really a good idea because it's going to be like 1,000 degrees. But if you want to show up, please feel free. And if you're like, I can't really go up and down the steps, hang out in the community center and just greet them. Just say hi. Just make them feel comfortable. That really means a lot. And the last thing I'm going to talk about here is to remind us that starting on Monday, we have a whole lot of brand new freshmen. A lot are coming in. I really appreciate it, but I would like to ask everyone that please, on next Monday and Tuesday in particular, between classes, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes before the next classes start and about 10 minutes after the classes begin, if you could just stand outside your building, stand in the quad, wherever it is, and wear something that makes it look kind of official, like you work for Weatherford College and not some weirdo just wandering around. And just help students. Just say, hey, do you need any help? And all you got to do is look in their eyes. You look in their eyes and they're doing this sort of thing, they need help. They don't know where they're going. And even if they do know, they appreciate it. They really do appreciate that you're going and saying, do you need any help? Do you need help? Any questions? Remember that for a lot of these kids, our campus is gigantic. It is scary. It is intimidating. You have kids that are coming from places where there's graduating classes of 20 or 30 or 50 kids, and all of a sudden they drive on here and they have to find a parking spot. And let me tell you, come Monday, parking is going to be really hard to find. We have a lot of students coming in. A lot are coming in this next week. And so it's good. First of all, we want them to find a parking spot because we don't want them to drive in, can't find a parking spot, turn around and drive away to never to return. We don't want that. And they will do that. But also, we don't want students who are wandering around campus. They don't know where to go. They're scared. They're intimidated. They don't know what to do. And so what do? They just turn around, they get back in their car, and they make a life-changing decision. And not necessarily a positive one. So if you can be out there just giving them a smile and saying, hi, can I help you? It makes a difference. And so I really would appreciate if you could do that. And so that is my little spiel here. So thank you for your time. Next up is Lauren Foster, who's going to be talking about campus safety.
Good morning. All right, so the fun stuff. I will say I'm really thankful for all of our faculty and staff, especially as a student myself. It is an absolute pleasure for us to serve and protect you, and we are here to help y'all with whatever you need. That's okay. And that'll conclude that. No, so first thing, I'm standing in for Chief. I usually wouldn't be the one up here, but he is at a training, and he regrets that he can't be here. I think he conveniently planned this, so I would have to come up here and talk. So our phone number, does everybody have the duty phone number? If not, I'm about to give it to you. So everybody whip out their phone if you don't have it. It is 817-771-3535. I'll say it again. It's 817-771-3535. Okay. If you didn't happen to get that, it was supposed to be up here, but if you didn't happen to get that, just let us know and we can absolutely get that for you. I will tell you, in the case of an emergency, please call 911. If it is urgent, you can call the duty number, but if it's a true emergency, we would much rather you call 911. It's easier for us to hear dispatch and respond than it is for y'all to call, and maybe you get a security officer or whatever. It just adds seconds to response that needs to be emergent. Okay, parking, everybody's favorite. Look at your partner, whoever's next to you, tell them, I will not park in your parking spot. That is our main complaint, especially the first couple of weeks of school. And Dr. T was just talking to you about our students. They are not the normal offenders that park in our parking spots. It's each other. However, the first week or so, if you see kids parking and faculty parking, be kind, be patient with them. Just let them know that that's not where they're allowed to park, and then let them know where they are allowed to park. Please don't get out and yell at them. I know that y'all wouldn't, but just please be patient with them. And then just be patient with each other. If you don't have an assigned spot and you're supposed to, please get with Sergeant Perkins. She's the one that divvies out the assigned parking. If you don't have your parking pass, y'all are not immune to getting tickets. And we don't have every person's vehicle memorized. So please make sure that you go and you get your parking pass. Our police office specialist, Candace Crawford, would absolutely love to help you in getting your parking pass. All you need is your employee ID number and your license plate, and we will definitely get you taken care of. Now, on to the fun stuff for this week. So Tuesday, we are offering 2 classes, Stop the Bleed. Myself and Julia Lowry will be teaching Stop the Bleed Tuesday at 2 p.m. in Workforce 101, and at 3 p.m. on Tuesday in Boyd 213. Our other sergeant, Sergeant Spector, who is at Wise County, he is a martial arts Hall of Famer, will be teaching self-defense. I would highly encourage y'all come get this training. Self-defense is great. It teaches you how to protect yourself, whether you're here or out on the street. If you're with your family, it's really important that we know how to protect ourselves. And then Stop the Bleed is fantastic. Again, whether you're here or out on the street, if you were to get into a car accident or you roll up on somebody that was in a car accident or something were to happen here, it's going to teach you life-saving measures in order to stop life-threatening bleeding. So we want to make sure that we're all trained and know how to take care of business when it comes to stuff like that. I'll give you a little bit of an update on the PD. We are training constantly. I think this year alone, so 2023, 2024, we have offered four alert courses, which is active attack training for us. We've had integrated response training, which incorporates fire and EMS into an active shooter event. And then we've also done a couple of train the trainer courses for alert level 1, which is our response to active shooter, as well as hosted active shooter training for people that are not wanting to become an instructor. So our police department is extremely trained in active shooter events. We work very well in conjunction with Weatherford PD and Parker County SO to make sure that if there were ever a situation that happened on campus or off of campus, we're able to work together and make sure that y'all remain safe. I think that's all I have. So, Mr. Baker.
Thank you, Sergeant Foster. We appreciate you. And yes, the reason why our police chief, Chief Big, can't be here today is because he has some state-required training. She's right. They are better trained than we've ever had before. And it's really been fun to have them as part of our institutional advancement group. And it's been great to have the HR department, which is a recent add. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a lot of new people here. And that HR department, under the leadership of Paul Williams, does a tremendous job. I don't know how many people we've added. A lot of them are in this room. Will you give them a hand, our HR department? They're sitting back there. And Dr. T, thank you for not digging up my old picture from 1997. I don't know why Doug looks like you shot the photo yesterday, and Adam looks like he's in a grunge band like Nirvana or something. But really enjoyed that. If you don't mind, I'm going to be very, very brief in my update to you. Thank you. Thank you. I hear that. I acknowledge that. And I appreciate it. Dr. T, thank you for the plug about the Student Emergency Fund. It is really doing incredible work. I think we've turned down 1 or 2 this past year, and it was because they weren't appropriate purchases, but we try not to turn anyone down, and that is a great way for you to participate in the Weatherford College Foundation. Just so you know, this past academic year that we are finishing up, that we just finished up, over $350,000 in scholarships to Weatherford College students, all funded by donations to the Weatherford College Foundation. Thank you for your support. And at the same time, our endowment continues to grow. We have a great board that manages that money with the help of the tremendous Weatherford College Business Office. Our creative services department is just blowing and going. They've been short-staffed, but they continue to produce. I had some social media numbers here from Crystal Worley that over the last year, the year that ended June 30th, we had 11.3 million impressions on Facebook for Weatherford College, 918,000 impressions on Instagram, and we had 642,000 engagements on Facebook. That means people liked, shared, commented, etc. Weatherford College is really at the front steps of social media, and I think that doesn't certainly hurt in our influx of new students. So thank you for their hard work. Alumni, would you raise your hand if you attended Weatherford College in this room? If you attended, a whole bunch of y'all. Fantastic. We have an event for you because you are both an employee and an alum. We call you twice as nice. Okay? You are twice as nice. And so this Thursday, we're having a mixer for you at our new alumni house. It'll be from 2 to 4 o'clock. Come and go. We have a lot of door prizes, some goodies. My goal is for everybody to walk out of there with something free and fun. And so it's the Twice as Nice mixer at our new alumni house. You'll get an email reminding you of that. And the alumni house has worked out beautifully. If you haven't been down there, you don't have to be an alum to come by. Come by and see us. We'd love to say hello at 301 East Park. President Farmer mentioned our radio station. Things are going very well there. Next Monday, we will start a new afternoon show. Dave Cowley and Debbie Dunn from 3 to 5, Monday through Friday. We'll continue with our morning show, which is 6 to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. And next Friday, we start the 23rd season of The End Zone, our high school football show, on Friday nights. And then shortly after that, on Monday nights, you'll hear the Coyote Coaches Corner when we visit with our Weatherford College coaches. That's normally at 6 o'clock on Monday nights. I have a date for you to put in your calendars. The Employee Awards Dinner, Thursday, December the 5th. That will be at Dove Ridge Vineyard. Again, same place we were last year. Again, that is Thursday, December the 5th. And as promised, I have ended extremely early. What do y'all think about that? You like it? Okay. Dr. Andrew Cantrell, I believe, has an update on the business office. Is that right, Dr. Cantrell? Do you? Well, come on up. Give her a hand, folks. Dr. Andrew Cantrell.
Good morning, everyone. I promised I had a PowerPoint. I don't know where it is. I had millions of pictures I was going to show you of every number we've crunched in this last year, but it's not here. Oh, okay. The rest of them came up. Okay, there it is. Oh, my pictures disappeared, though. No. I'm so excited to see all of you back there. I hear all the new people that are coming in, and it just sounds unbelievable that we have, I know, approximately 30 new people this year. That's a great start to the year. And when I get to looking around, I'm thinking, what do my people do? I think they spend a lot of time supporting all of these good actions that have taken place and been shown today, and I'd like to pinpoint some of my outstanding achievements with my people. First of all, I have accounting and the business office under me. Lisa Simons is the comptroller of the college, but she spends a lot of time. She is not only just the comptroller, she is the budgeting director also. And let me tell you, that takes a lot of time. She, over this last year, has received our second transparency star from the comptroller of the state. And the comptroller before was overall financial and accounting. This lasted on indebtedness. And we were just made aware about a month ago that we had received that. And I give it to Lisa because she prepares all the reports and all that. I know Dr. Farmer announced our 7% budget. We spend a lot of time during the year trying to figure out if we can do things like that or not. We currently have, to be adopted this Thursday, an $87 million budget. And within that budget, we've worked it about every which way but loose as to see if we could give those 7% raises. And I think we've got it done. Is that right, Lisa? Well, when we get that budget adopted, there's a lot more, and that tax rate adopted, there's a lot more work that takes place the rest of the year. And I have some good people that have worked for me, and I have some good seasoned people that I'm very proud of. Beth Wetzel, she is the accounts receivable manager, and she has several good people under her. And they take care of all tuition and fees at the college. We have a great accounts payable team. They work under Michelle Guest, who is also the general ledger accountant. General ledger manager. I have also under me Jeannie Hobbs, the director of purchasing. I know this last year and the last 2 or 3 years we've been extremely busy in that department because besides just supporting you all here at the college, we have outfitted 2 new buildings, the workforce building, and then last week finalized the new Durant Hall, which we're very proud of. I think they've done a beautiful job. I can't think of anything that the last minute touch didn't get done, and I'm so proud, and I want to congratulate them. Much of their time comes from after hours when they're working on trying to do that along with their regular job of assisting you all in your purchases. Also under me is, I can't say enough about this lady. She came to us about 3 years ago, Dr. Priscilla Parsons. I know everyone in here, she has assisted them just about. If you have a computer, she's there for you all the time. She is the executive director of technology. She came to us retired. I can't figure this out. Anybody that gets to retire and then come back with a full-time job. She was with the executive director at Lamar University before she was with us. She was my, I think, godsend. You know, I have a few little prayers from time to time because we had looked for a new director, and Priscilla applied. And so I think God gave her a little nudge to come to Weatherford College, and she has done many good things. This last year, I know she has supported also the new facilities, but she's also done quite a bit of work in the cybersecurity area with her people that I'm very proud of. There's some things about to come out that may not be popular, but it's, let me tell you, things like your social security number, things like that that we send through, our bank account numbers, things we send through all the time on our computer. A lot of people do on their computers. I don't. Some people get mad at me because I won't. But those are, when you're hacked, those belong to somebody else. So we're asking that those be red flagged when they come through the college, and you will be notified if yours is in there. And it's not to get you in trouble or anything else, but it's to help assist everyone else in keeping their records safe. And she's spearheaded that. We've gone through a lot of testing. We've done a report to the state this last year of our status with our computers and the safety and security of our computers here at the college, along with all the support she does for instruction and all other areas. But she's always there for you, I promise you that. Probably and beyond. She does things that I tell her all the time. Priscilla, you don't have time for that. That's not your, and she's just one of those people, like I have many others, that can't say no to anybody, and they're there for you. I also have in my area the CBRE. John Stark, I don't know if John's here or not, but I'm sure he's out on campus making sure everything's done and ready to start classes. They've had a tremendous job to do in the last couple of years, and I'm very proud of them. They have stepped up, and I think our campus is really looking much better because of their care. You know, I've come a long ways at this college, baby. I've come from a president in 1980 that wanted the whole place to be concrete, because that didn't take very much dollars to support that. Once you got that concrete in, it was done. And now I've come through, and Dr. Farmer loves pretty green grass, gorgeous trees, and so we're doing our best to learn to take care of all those and make this a beautiful, almost, I call it the new walkway that we have, the city walkway. I call it almost a park. I think by the time we finish, ours is probably going to be highlighted as one of the most beautiful areas in Parker County. We also have in my area is the bookstore manager, Carlton Dunn. I think he's going to talk later, or one of our, about the access to our books that we have now, First Access. And they've done an outstanding job with us also. Very proud of them. Erin Davidson is my cafeteria director. She does a beautiful job. They always never seem to, Friday afternoon, we were doing Rhonda Torres's Going Away. And there was a beautiful reception for her. They're so proud of it. She never ceases to amaze us. Executive dining, I know that we provide now for Dr. Farmer and those of us that get to go and enjoy those. And they're just outstanding. I don't think I've been told there's not a place in the area that can be dine any finer than you can dine at Weatherford College. I think that's very unusual accolades for college cafeteria. Don't hear that much. In fact, I have people say, I don't think that was like that when I went to college. But I will say I'm very proud of all of them. I don't think I've missed anyone at this time. But before I go on to what Dr. Iadago asked me to do today, which I'm sure I will bore all of you to death, but you're going to have to listen to me. Because this is all I've got to show for what I do is the budgets and the I also forgot to talk about all the time it takes, Lisa, to make those applications for those revenue bonds to keep those buildings going. We hope to be starting a new building next year. So we're working on a revenue bond right now for that new one-stop shop. And hope you all appreciate these people for the hard work that they do put in. Like I said, Dr. Iadago asked me to touch on today our House Bill 8. Who all knows what House Bill 8 is? Everybody? Who all does not know what House Bill 8 is? And don't be afraid, because I don't think all these people really know what it's all about either. We're still learning, let me tell you, after 1.5 years. But with that said, House Bill 8 is the new funding. The state of Texas started in 1970 with a formula funding model that lasted basically 43 years. There was basically all it guaranteed was access to higher education. There was probably, when you look at it, no real accountability for it, except that we brought people in, got them registered by count day, and they paid their tuition and fees, and then hopefully we could get them graduated. Well, over the years, we started, I think all the community colleges basically ended up, There are three major themes that are outlined in the House Bill 8. The state funding for outcomes instead of just butts in the seat, that we might say. All of a sudden, we're going to have to instead of just competing with each other for the same pie, we're going to have to produce. And that's kind of scary at times, but I think we've done a tremendous job. The whole thing is, I think, out there that we can provide for a workforce that's going to meet the needs of the state of Texas for the coming years. We are the state of Texas is the 9th highest in the whole world. Economic impact, provides the biggest economic impact. And so we've got a big job to do, and as every day grows, we have a little bit more that we've got to do to meet a workforce that can supply the state of Texas with this. The next theme that's looked at in House Bill 8 is the affordability to students. We've got to do all this, provide to them ways of getting a credential, just like in 2015, I think the first year that they came out, and the coordinating board came out and said we had to have 60 by 30, and I think we thought that was bad. 60% would graduate by 1930 with a credential or a certificate, and we almost thought, what? That's an impossible to do. Well, in 1920, that was for ages 25 to 35. All of those people would have to have a credential or a degree. Well, now they've expanded it with this House Bill 8 to be from 25 to the age of 64. So they just about doubled that in saying, well, how much more we've got to do. Things are just, and then finally, investments in college capacity. I know when they came into House Bill 8 and our funding, I looked around and I thought, how come, because always before it was part of the pie. It was a percentage based on contact hours, the amount of money that we got from the state. Well, that's not the way it is now. They give you a base, a performance funding portion of your appropriations. And I looked and I saw that last year when it was brought out. I looked and I saw that performance, and everybody else, not everybody else, but a large number of their community colleges were getting base funding also. And I immediately thought, well, why aren't we getting any of that? Well, we are considered a sustainable college. We can do this without the state. I think they're telling us a little bit of that they consider us, that we've got enough local input and we're doing our job, but we've got to sustain that work that we're doing. And so our performance funding that we've off of our past performance has done that. But what they're doing with the new, we're hopefully looking at a bonus in 2025 over what we received. I think last year we got $700,000 more in that performance funding than we'd done in the biennium before. But we are going now to for as long as I can remember, it was a 2-year biennium, and we're still on a 2-year biennium, but they're looking at us every year. And so hopefully, based upon our performance this last year, we will get a bonus in this next, but we won't really know. I think they're still looking at the state whether or not they're going to up those dollars or not right now, which hopefully we're hoping we can. We basically this year over last year, what we've scheduled now is $40,000 more is what it came out, but that's without that bonus coming in for this next year, so we're not certain at this point moving forward. Our old formula basically was just a static formula. Like I said, we were all fighting for the same pie. Whoever got the biggest piece of the pie was the one that had the most butts in the seat. And now we've gone to a more dynamic formula. Basically, today with the passage of House Bill 2008 of 2023, it's much different. Although we are now receiving only 11% from the state, and that equates to about $10 million, with many more expectations to come. It's transforming, I believe, to the way it's funding community colleges. Texas is moving away from a more static system to a dynamic outcomes-based system that reflects the needs of our world-class economy. For the first time, the state is saying we will support community college based on specific goals aligned with our state's higher education strategic plan, which is building a talent-strong Texas. I urge you all to go to the CoBoard site and read the little work on building a talent-strong Texas. I think it'll be very informative to you for the region and the state workforce needs and help you to understand more where we are. The new outcomes driving this new model adopted in '23 include high school students who complete 15 semester credit hours and dual credit, dual enrollment courses at a community college. I think Dr. Iadago pointed that out in her sessions. Students who transfer successfully to public four-year universities after completing 50 semester credit hours at a community college or complete 15 semester credit hours in structured co-enrollment programs, and community college students who earn credentials of value, which offer purpose in the economy, value in the labor market, and opportunities for good jobs and meaningful careers. It's no longer just to go take a class, because there were people taking, many times you might have been a business major, and we had people taking art classes and different things that don't apply to their current degree. So that has been streamlined. Significantly, these outcomes are weighted to recognize the higher cost of educating students from economically and academically disadvantaged backgrounds and adult learners. Beginning in FY25, these are key components that I failed to point out right here. Financial aid for swift transfers, that has to do with our dual credit. A new financial aid program that would allow educationally disadvantaged students to enroll in dual credit classes. Shared services encourage public junior colleges to participate in institutional collaboration that helps students afford college, complete credentials, and transfer. The performance tier that I talked about earlier, the funding level that constitutes the majority of state funding and is comprised of measurable outcomes. And base tier, the funding level that ensures each public junior college has access to the defined level of funding for institutions and operations. And Community College Advisory Committee sits on this board that reviews this annually. I mean, this is a constant. The last 2 years, it's been constant. In fact, they came out this time, and I think this has been one thing that's been most scary when they announced this in 2023, and the passage in '24, when we normally were getting our regular appropriations, they came out and told us they didn't even have any rules written for this, and this had to be established this last year to fund that current year in '24, which was very concerning to all of us, and it's put a lot of people. I can see Sarah Locke sitting out there with her dual enrollment people, and there was a lot of scurrying around to try to figure out where we were and what we're doing. Once again, the legacy funding model, where we considered success points, core operations, and contact hours, is now being rolled into the performance tier, a base tier. Basically, it says historic opportunity transition from a funding model primarily based on contact hours to one primarily based on dynamic outcomes. Once again, and I'm sure that this is Dr. Iadago's job to work with you all to come up with those outcomes and to ensure that the state of Texas has people to go into our workforce. And those outcomes that they're looking at are credentials of value, including credentials from credit and non-credit programs, credentials of value awarded in high-demand fields, students who transfer with at least 15 semester credit hours to in-state four-year universities, and students who complete a sequence of at least 15 semester credit hours in dual credit courses. The weights that they're looking at are economically disadvantaged. The adult learners, 25 years of age or older, and an extra 50% based on age in the year the credential was received. The new Texas Community College finance system rewards colleges for their progress toward our state's higher educational goals, while also ensuring colleges have access to the resources needed to support their mission to educate and train the workforce of the future. I will say this, performance funding was introduced. The legislature adopted it in 2013. I did my dissertation in college on the sustainability of performance funding that very next year. And there were a lot of other people studying this also. And the sustainability, I know in my findings in my dissertation was that it was a very good, there were other states out there that, say, Tennessee had adopted this performance funding, and they had gone 100% right off the bat. But the only thing that the state of Texas at that time was willing to do is only 10%. Well, and for years, it was back and forth, that performance funding supplement. And it was just not sustainable at that point. Right now, we have to be sustainable to move forward. We have to have that 95% funding and bonus funding if we are to be successful. And I please pledge that all of you and encourage you that you would be out there at the first to be out in your community, working with the schools, working with other people, the workforce out there, the businesses, and coming up with new endeavors that we can work to get those bonus dollars. But I know we all can do it. Weatherford College has been here the longest of any community college in Texas, I think. So we are not the last, but we're the first to always achieve our goals when we set out to do these things. So I do encourage you to stay here. I have stayed here for a very, very long time, and I think this is the best community college or best college in Texas or anywhere else as far as that matters. And I'm so glad to have all of you as co-workers with me here. That makes me know we can achieve anything we set out to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cantrell. That was enlightening, inspiring, and it sounds like it's going to be a brave new world. Okay, before we dismiss for break, I want to remind you that we are taking headshots in room 104. That is down that hall. From here, let's take 15 minutes and return for our panel. All right, y'all are dismissed for 15 minutes.
As we continue Connections Week here, last year we had a student panel. Actually, we had a student panel and an employee panel last year. And can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can you please take a seat? Thank you for coming back in. Thank y'all for being here. Yeah, come on back in. Everybody in this hallway right here, can y'all come back in and take a seat, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Okay. This is Adam Finley. I'm Brent Baker, and we are going to host, our grunge rocker, Adam Finley. We have some great students here with us this morning for a student panel. And we're going to spend about 30 minutes, and we thought it'd be good to ask them some questions and find out a little bit about them and about how we can better help them as an institution. And so, students, thank you for doing this, by the way. And you've got a wireless microphone here. If you could talk right up in it, kind of like I am right now, and go down the row and just tell us about yourself. Tell us where you're from, what you're studying, and maybe some of your academic goals, like what would you like to do next academically, et cetera, and anything else you want to tell about yourself briefly, okay? Would you please start?
My name is Nicole Ball. I'm in the PTA program, starting my second year next week. I'm from Weatherford, Texas. Graduated from Millsap High School.
My name is Stevie Pfeiffer. I'm from Azle, Texas. I represent student athletes. I'm on the Weatherford cheer team. And I'm studying to become a physical therapy assistant. And then I plan to move on from that and become a physical therapist.
My name is Natalie Hernandez. I know a lot of you guys know me. And I am a non-traditional student. I am currently working on my bachelor's on organization and leadership here at Weatherford College. And I am ready to go. There you go.
My name is Colby Wolf. I'm from Windthorst, Texas. I'm representing student ambassadors, and I'm currently going to be enrolled in the organizational leadership program starting this fall. And my goals with that is to get a master's in either higher education administration or business administration.
My name is Aaron Rappaport. I'm from San Diego, California. Currently, I'm doing the prereqs for radiology, where I plan to get my radiology certificate.
Hi, I'm Catherine Trejo. I'm from Springtown, Texas. I'm doing general studies here and hopefully transferring to ATM for architect.
All right, thank you all very much for being here today. First question is, what's your favorite thing about Weatherford College?
I was going to start down there. My favorite thing about Weatherford College has definitely been the community. Originally coming here, my kind of goal was to get my associates in general studies and leave. And now I can very easily say I don't plan on leaving for another college, at least in the near future. I really enjoy the community and friends I've made here. So that's without a doubt been my favorite thing so far.
Before you hand over the mic, you're from California.
Yes.
How did you end up at Weatherford College?
So it's actually family who moved down here. I can't even think of when right now. A few years back, family moved down here. Weatherford was very, very low on the list of colleges to go to. It was always bigger university for a time until I realized I'd have to pay. So that started limiting my options. And even when it came to JUCO, Weatherford was just low on the list. My friends were going, to places like UNT or other JUCOs out in the Metroplex. And then Weatherford, it became a very last second, okay, I need to go to a college. Weatherford was the closest one. My mom lives now in Paradise, Texas. Weatherford was the closest. I could afford it. And so that's what got me here.
We appreciate your honesty. Yes. Favorite thing about WC?
Can you repeat it?
Your favorite thing about Weatherford College?
My favorite thing is how close you can get with the teachers and professors. Like, you can always come to them if you have problems or questions, and they're always open. They don't close you down or shut you down, and I just really love about that. Feels like family.
Great answer.
So my favorite thing about Weatherford College is I'm from Windthorst, Texas. It's a small town 20 minutes south of Wichita Falls, Texas. And what I loved about Weatherford College is that it brings that same small town environment, even though Weatherford is way bigger than Windthorst. But it's still the community here at Weatherford College. It's just very friendly. Like, when I go to student services, everyone's there saying hi. They're all helpful, very helpful. And so it's just a great, loving environment. And I see it in all my professors as well. They don't just want to give us a grade, but they want to help us succeed in the future. And so I really admire that.
So student services is your favorite department on campus?
It's probably better than student life.
My favorite would be, I would say, the community, but also pretty much like every department has a little like trio. Thanks to them, I was able to, after graduating over 20 years ago, I am that old. Coming in here, it was challenging at first. I came and I really honestly didn't know what I was going to be doing. I just knew that I had to come and I was going to leave with a degree, but I didn't know how it was going to be. And the TRIO program really helped me with my goals, pretty much guiding me and helping me and making me feel I wasn't just by myself. There was somebody there to help me and guide me at all times. I like that.
I would probably have to say my favorite thing is also the community. Basketball season is always so fun because everybody in the stands is always so excited, and even sometimes people in the student section will cheer with the cheerleaders and do what they're doing. And I know that Azel's not very far from here, but this place kind of feels like home now. And when I was in Azel and I was on the Azel cheer team, it was kind of like everyone just made fun of the cheerleaders in the student section. And here it's just very different. Everybody just is like very kind, I guess, here.
My favorite thing about Weatherford is the community. It's close to home, and I had all my prereqs done for this program instead of others, so that was why the choice was made. But I've made a lot of friends. It's been close to home, so I've had some more freedoms with, I have a sister that has 4 kids, so I'm able to help her. I have a little bit more freedom, and everyone is so understanding. Like, this last year has been really rough at home, and everyone has been super understanding of that. I've had the time that I've needed, and just the grace that was extended to me during that time.
Thank you. Okay, now be honest, but be gentle. Okay? And you don't all have to answer this, so just if you want to answer, raise your hand. Is there anything that we could do better as a college for you? Can you think of anything that we could improve upon? There's got to be something that we can improve. Oh, she has something immediately.
So we have an awesome program in the PTA program. We have awesome instructors. The facilities, honestly, like, it's kind of dark in our building. I understand.
Where are you?
We're in the LART. Okay. So I understand the lack of space for our program and that you can't blow that wall out because of its age. But we're running out of storage. This is an awesome program to be a part of. So we're putting so much effort into those other programs. But our PTA program is awesome. Like, we have students that most of our students pass the board exam on the first try, and that's not just, that is a combination of our teaching and the work that we're putting in the program. So just those facility upgrades for me, honestly.
Working on that.
I would like to say that I love being a part of the Weatherford College cheer team. This is my 3rd year and will be my 3rd year on the cheer team. And it's wonderful. But I do wish that we had more time in practice because I do feel like an hour is a little bit of not much time for us because we want to get stunting in and make sure that everybody is safe and nobody falls on the floor because when we're stunting in games, we can't really use mats because it'll take too much time to roll out the mats, put the mats back up. So we have to use the basketball court. So if anybody falls on that court, they could get seriously injured, and I just feel like it would be safer and more effective for us to have just a little bit more time with our class time.
Totally agree with her with the first one. We would definitely, we like for the trio lab, as it says, to be in a better space, bigger space for students to come in and enjoy the lab and the tutoring services that we provide. And really, honestly, just a better space. We want to be in a new building too.
Do I get $5 if I don't say anything? No, so we, I think, do a really good job on social media, but I really think it could be better. We're in an age where social media is it. That's where everything's at now. That's where we're going to get found. For events, for promotions that we're going to be doing, I don't see a lot of it on social media. And I know it gets there. I don't see it though, and I know I'm not the only one. I know there's several of my friends that are the same way. You know, I didn't know XYZ was happening because I didn't see it. I didn't hear about it. Well, okay, they posted it, but it was, you know, either a week before anything happened and we forgot, or it was an hour before anything happened and we didn't have time. So I think our social media presence could be a little bit stronger.
Thank you. You don't have anything? Okay, that's not bad. All right, Adam, next question.
All right, so would one of y'all describe what a typical day looks like for y'all at Weatherford College?
I guess I'm holding mic. So my typical day, when it comes to into school year, I like my morning classes. Every semester that I've had so far, I've had at least 1 or 2 classes pretty early in the morning. So that would usually be how I start my day. I would get up. If I even do eat breakfast, I usually don't. I'll just go straight to class. I will, after that first class, I like to schedule myself, have maybe a 2-3 hour break, get some work done, rest up a little bit, continue to wake up, and then go to my next class. Generally I would have my classes done or mostly done by 2-3 o'clock. That would usually give me my time, go to work, go pay for my college, and that would give me plenty of time to do my homework, get rested, and rinse and repeat the next day.
Well, I came here for Weatherford in the summer, and I'm starting fresh. So during the summer, my typical day would be go to class, and then have my 1 hour break, go to lunch, and then just hang out with my friends and play sand volleyball. But it was quite fun because we always had great conversations with our teachers. So we enjoyed it a lot.
My typical day would be wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock. I usually would schedule class from 9. I got the 9 a.m. class, 10:30 a.m., and then the 1 p.m. And so I would go to those classes. In between the 10:30 and the 1, I would have lunch in the DOS, and then I would finish up that 1 o'clock class and then go to the ambassador desk, work that for 3 hours, and then go back home and do. As I'm at the desk, I would find some time to do some homework or fill in some school responsibilities there. And then go home and work out, or go back to the dorms and go work out, and then end my day with hanging out.
A typical day, first off, I always give thanks to the Lord for allowing me to be here another day. When I come in here, this is going to sound weird, but I'm always happy to be here, honestly. I'm happy and ready. I'm happy to help others at the Trio Lab or pretty much anywhere. I'm kind of well known among the students, so I'm ready to help them, and I'm just ready to get some breakfast. You know, whenever we have the free breakfast around, I love those days. Or I go to the cafeteria. But I really start my day just by being ready and determined to finish strong and help others around me.
My favorite days are Tuesdays and Thursdays because those are the days that we have cheer. And I wake up at about 9 a.m. because I usually have a 10 a.m. class. And then I'll go to the 10 a.m. class, usually get out of there by like 10:30 or 11:45, it just depends. And then go to cheer. And then I'll go from cheer to sometimes the library, sometimes work. I really like to go to the library to study and things like that. When I go to my dorm, I just feel like there's so much distractions, and at the library, there's really not that many, and the library is really pretty. So I like to go there or go to work, because I do work often, and then just come back and do it all again.
We start normally at 8:45 and are done at the latest at 4. And then we have that lunch hour and 15 or whatever it is. And then I go home and study because I'm very distractible. But that's pretty much it. And we do that Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday, depending on where you're at in the program.
Excellent. Thank y'all. As a college student, what are some of your biggest, or maybe pick one of your biggest challenges as a college student?
As I said before, we had a lot of stuff at home, so that's been the biggest problem, or that's been the biggest challenge, is balancing the classroom that's way more than 40 hours a week, and then coming home and having to take care of my family.
I would have to agree. I've had a lot of things going on at home as well that have been very challenging. And I would also just have to say financially, because for me, I'm pretty much doing this on my own. So working part-time, I have to work a lot of hours, I guess is what I'm trying to say, in order to be able to pay for living here and the classes and everything. But yeah.
My biggest challenge has been not only be a student here at Weatherford College, but also be a mother and also a worker. I do work here on campus, so that has really been my biggest challenge, is managing all those duties that I have.
I guess my biggest challenge would be getting stuck in the loop of waking up, doing your duties, and then going to bed, and then staying in that, and then not really feeling like a sense of like accomplishment. And so that would, and then so really getting myself out there and going to student life events has been kind of been the fix of that. But my biggest challenge would be that I kind of take school for granted when I'm in that kind of point of just like, okay, I'm gonna wake up, okay, I'm gonna go to school, all right, time for bed, and then do that for like 2 weeks. And so I would really get behind in academics, and so that would be my biggest challenge that I've faced.
The biggest challenge that I've faced would have to be my time. This is gonna be my first year being a full-time student. I also have a full-time job, so finding time to, go to school, do good, but then having to pay for it always seems to be a struggle.
Mine would be procrastinating a bit during midterms and exams. It's going to be a lot, but, I always think about it and I'm like, I'm doing this and I'm doing it for my family, so I might as well not procrastinate and, make it worth it.
All right, so next week school starts. What are you looking forward to most?
Honestly, well, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the school year. Me and my friends have been talking. Don't get me wrong. Love summer. Glad to have the break. But we are excited for the school year. More time to be able to see everybody. I'll be able to catch up with my friends who I didn't really get to see a whole lot over the summer. Said earlier, community's been my favorite thing. I'm part of a church group, Northside Church, Northside Baptist. I love doing Thursday nights. I have a lot of fun at that. So that's going to kick off first week, I believe, of school. So super excited for that. So that'd be it for me.
Mine would be making new friends. Like, not many of my friends are coming here, which is kind of sad. But, you know, I get to meet new ones, and now I'm part of student ambassadors, so I get to be part of them, join events, and participate in, like, community service. Really excited about that.
I'm really excited about the bachelor program starting. I'm really excited all the new knowledge that I'll learn on leadership and just kind of the ethics of leadership. And I'm really excited about just the ambassador program and all the new things that are going to happen this year. How we're going to be more involved. That's what I'm really excited for that. I'm a big people person. I love meeting new people. I'm also an RA at the dorm, so just seeing all the new students and hopefully building those connections is what I'm most excited for.
Wow, I am excited. I just find out that we're going to be classmates with the Bachelor's Organizational Leadership. Really, I am really looking forward. So I will have two of my boys being here at Weatherford College. One has already been here a year, and one just graduated from high school. So I'll have my two boys and myself into the Bachelor's Organization Leadership. So I'm really looking forward for the program. I really am. I'm always excited.
I think it's pretty predictable what I'm about to say. Yeah, I love first days. I love getting to know my professors and the classrooms and my schedule. And I love getting to know the new girls on the cheer team. We usually sit in a circle and introduce ourselves and just talk about where we're from, our favorite colors even. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
I am looking forward to that this is my last semester full time. I've been going to college for a long time. It feels like college has been forever. I started as a dual credit student with Weatherford College, transferred that to a 4-year university, and now I'm back for more. So I'm really looking forward, and I'm ready to be done.
Great. Raise your hand if you have or are receiving a Weatherford College Foundation scholarship to go to school. Okay, I need y'all to apply for scholarships because you're all fantastic. All of them? Okay, then next time I ask that question, raise your hand. Okay. We're going to take a couple of questions from the audience here in a moment, but before we do that, would you please tell us your academic goals? Where would you like to go from here after Weatherford College?
So I'm looking to go to into the workforce. Like I said, I've been in college, I feel like forever. So I'm ready to be done and start my career.
The plan was for me to transfer to a 4-year school, but with everything going on outside of school and within my life, I really have no idea. But I do know that I would like to, once I get my physical therapy assistant, once I get done with that program and everything, I would like to work doing that and also continue going to college and then work through becoming an actual physical therapist. And then that way it'll be a little bit easier for me to work through college.
I would say continue to work here, and we'll transfer. I'm not quite sure which university. I have two in mind where I'm going to be transferring, but I do want to transfer to accomplish a master's in higher education.
We'll see how good I do in the bachelor program before I think about a master's. But that would be the next goal, would to be get a master's in either higher education administration or business administration. I'm not too sure on that, and I know that's okay because I'm doing a lot. I'm hoping for these next 2 years to do a lot of networking, do a lot of, resume building stuff. And so I know the Lord will take me where I need to go in that.
So right now I'm doing the prereqs for radiology. Right now, it's really going to just see how anatomy and physiology goes. But once I get those done, I would like to hop into radiology. I'd like to apply to that and also see what else with those prereqs I could apply to. I'd like to do something, at least have that as a backup in that field, in that area, whether that be PTA or in radiology tech, something along those lines.
Well, I'm hoping to get my general studies here and then transferring to a four-year university to get my architect degree. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
Well, thank you very much. Does anybody in the audience have any questions for these students?
Hello, thank you all for being here, and thank you for just sharing, because we really do want to learn from you and hear from you. And I'm Dr. Idoyaga, so I'm the Vice President, Executive Vice President over academics. So my question is, as you come into the classroom, how do you feel in regards to working with our professors, and do you feel like you have a strong sense of belonging here at the college, and do you feel like everyone is approachable and you're getting the support that you need and your questions answered, pardon me?
So whenever I go into a classroom, I get kind of nervous, like, oh, like, are they nice? Are they mean? But, sometimes they're so sweet and funny that they leave such a long impression on me that I'm like, oh, they're like the coolest teacher ever. Like, it's nothing compared to high school teachers.
Yeah, I agree. There's always that nervousness, right? First time walking into a classroom. I kind of thought that'd go away after high school, and it didn't. I remember my very first day here in college going into class for speech and communications. I forgot who my professor was supposed to be, but I remember John Williams was there because he let me know how our professor who was supposed to be teaching had unfortunately passed away. I remember thinking, like, this was not a great look for my first 10 minutes in college. And that kind of had me, like, already having that prejudgment of, like, okay, this is not going to be a great class. He wasn't really prepared for it, which he let us know. That's been my favorite class probably so far I've ever had. John Williams did a great job. He, like you said, that sense of belonging, that he wanted us to be here. He wanted us to, he not just get good grades, but to, like, kind of understand. That was a speech communications class. He wanted us to understand how to speak and communicate, and he did an outstanding job. So yeah, I definitely felt like I was wanted in that class, even though he kind of just adopted us as that class,
I've never met a professor that I didn't like here. They're just, I leave their class, I leave the semester wanting to know more about that field that they're professing about, because it's just such a great environment. I came into college not TSI ready, so I had developmentary classes in both math and English. And both of my math and English professors really did a great job of explaining that subject to me. Because I didn't really find that in high school, or honestly, I probably wasn't even paying attention. And so, it's just so great to come into, like, every time I give a tour, I promote the professors. I say, you're not gonna leave this class and they not know your name. Like, you're not just a number. They definitely look into you as an individual, not into you as a paycheck. And so I really admire that about our professors.
What I really, once I go into a class, I'm going to go back to 22, the year 22. When I first came in, I had no idea of college. I had no idea, and I had graduated a long time ago. So coming in, I felt welcome. Pretty much all my professors have been really great at communicating. Anytime that I have had some sort of, issues or problems or not understanding, they have always treated me with respect, first off, and really helping me and just making me feel like I was as important as everybody, and we all should be, but I was just welcome. I was welcome, and it was just one of my teachers that I had this past semester's here. And like she said, this is an arena. We're here to, practice, and we're just here to learn. No big deal. We're here to learn. I hope I did well in my speech. And we're just here to learn, and nobody really points at you and says, oh, you don't know how to do this. No, everybody's pretty much willing to help you. It is really up to the student or yourself if you are not successful here, because really Weatherford College does provide you with many, many tools and makes you feel welcome.
While I do have my favorite professors, I do really think that every class that I've had, even online professors, they're all very understanding. I usually do have to go to their office hours to meet with them. If I don't understand something, they're very understanding. They help me out with it. I really love going to a class with a professor that makes the class so fun, and just you want to be there because you want, oh my goodness, what are they going to do today? It's going to be crazy, because they make the classroom so fun. Mr. Stewart is very good at doing that. Coach Doug is very good at doing that. So I do really like all the professors here.
So leaving high school, they always tell us that professors are not there for us, and I've not found a single professor that's actually been true for. I've had professors that have pushed me when I needed to be pushed and held my hand when it was just too much. When things were just going every way but right. They were there to make sure that at least this one thing went right for me. I've never had one that didn't understand. All you had to do was reach that communication. Reach out to them, hey, this is what's going on, and they're very understanding within limits. Like, you still have to get your crap done. But they've held my hand through it, and they've pushed me through it, even when I didn't think I could do it.
Well, going to college is hard enough in 2024, but these folks have gone above and beyond. Will you thank them for doing this today? Thank you all very much. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's it for our session this morning. Have a great rest of your week, Connections Week, and thank you for your serving of our students at Weatherford College.